I have a challenge for you, and it's a challenge for me as well. Do you see the world around you as a gift, as a lesson, as a way to grow personally and transform your life? Or do you see it as a constant struggle and a challenge and negative? The challenge for me, and the challenge for most people I know, is how do we stay calm, cool, and collected with everything that's going on in the world right now? So I was reading a book by Steve Chandler yesterday, and he mentioned a challenge from someone else called See the Gift in Everything, and to do this for 30 days. So I'm going to be looking down at my notes here and there because I don't want to miss a beat on what I have to say here. This is really important stuff, and this is the stuff that really excites me. This is my zone of genius. I love mindset, growth mindset, shifting the mind so that we can get out of our own way and not only just transform your life, but you can have an impact on the people around you. So just think about this for a second. If you're constantly negative, constantly down, constantly angry, constantly reactive, what kind of people do you have in your life? What kind of people do you surround yourself with? Probably very similar people, or worst case scenario, you push away the good people that you love. I've been there. I have pushed people away. I have been that angry Darren, but my journey over the last 20 plus years has been how to be that more joyous, more happy person. Not just like happy, fake happy, but truly, madly, deeply within myself, being able to respond to the world around me as opposed to react. So that's why I want to do this 30-day challenge, and I'm going to be posting a video every single day for the next 30 days. It's going to be a lot of work on my part. It might be short, but I'm going to look at something that's happened, 1 to 3 things in the day, and look at the good in them. What was the lesson in that thing? What was the power of what happened? So instead of, let's take the most common example that gets my blood boiling, Donald Trump. When he was on rise, pre-election, and then when he won, I was just angry all the time and reactive and sharing stuff on my Facebook page. That didn't help me, that didn't help anybody else. Now, what is the good in Donald Trump if you don't agree or like Donald Trump? Well, there's been a lot of stuff happening in the United States, people standing up and opposing him, people saying, like, for example, with climate change, various states and mayors saying, no, we're going to stick to the Paris Climate Accord. We're not going to do what you're telling us to do. That's the good. That's the gift in Donald Trump, that he's polarizing people. But there are the small little things. You walk and you stub your toe that you have a problem with, and you're like, fuck, that hurt! What was the good in that? The good in that situation for me would be I wasn't paying attention. So it was the lesson that maybe I was walking poorly as a result of my problem toe, but I need to do some more exercises so that my foot will land better on the ground. So let me explain that there are 2 levels to this. Level 1 is what a lot of people suggest doing, which is a gratitude journal, or focusing just on good moments. Now, I worked with somebody a year ago who was really depressed and in a very dark place, and when I suggested this to him, he said, there's no good in my life. There's nothing that makes me happy. And I was astounded to hear that, but I had to accept that. And I suggested how to go about doing this, and the end of the day to sit down and journal and to ask himself what were 3 good things that happened today. Didn't seem like he was going to do it. And then a week and a half later, he sent me an email out of the blue and said, I've been doing this and it's been making me feel better. So that's level 1, when you're already in this sort of bad place and you need to focus on just simply the good. You don't want the lesson yet. You don't want the transformation. You don't want to look at the bad to try and find the good. You just want to see a good moment, a small moment of joy, that thing that put a smile on your face. But now level 2 is what I said at the beginning. When something bad happens in the news, when somebody says something negative to you, when you're at work and your boss or a situation happens that puts you on edge and brings your stress up to here because you're like, holy shit, or financially you're like, where's my next client coming from? How am I going to pay my credit card bills? What is the gift in that situation? Well, for me, I've got high debt at the moment, and I'm growing a business that I'm excited about. I'm wanting to work with people that jazz me and excite me and help me transform not only myself, but them. The gift in that is that I'm able to direct my own life and create the clients that I want to work with. That's the gift. It's harder work because sometimes you have to swallow your ego, you have to suck up your own reaction and go, whoa, 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 just a minute. How am I going to respond to this situation? When you take this approach of seeing the gift in everything, seeing the lesson, you are reframing your psychology and your physiology. Because how we think, if we're thinking constantly negative, people often develop illnesses or get sick because they're suppressing some of their feel-good chemicals in their body. When you feel good, genuinely good and happy, and you go out and play and you laugh, you elevate serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good chemicals that strengthen your immune system. You reduce and eliminate temporarily your fight or flight response, which also makes you not feel well. You take control of your emotions, your anger and your fear, and you move more into an acceptance of things. Not a blind acceptance, but if you see the gift of things, you look at what's the transformative aspect that I can learn, what's the lesson I can learn here, and you have the possibility, I have the possibility of sharing that gift, that lesson with you to help positively affect your life, your thoughts, and how you're going to go about the rest of your day. That's my commitment. I'm going to make some notes over the next day or so when I'm going to officially start this. I might start it tomorrow, I might start it on the next day. I want to get the word out to a number of more people so that we can actually play this game together, so that you can actually post with me every single day. You know what? Screw it. I'm starting right now. This is day 1. Here's my first gift for today. I'm doing this video, but I thought I wasn't ready to start the challenge. I am ready to start the challenge because I'm doing the video and I'm going to upload it to you. At the end of the day today, I will post some other things that have happened in the day. I invite you to post 1 or 3 things that were gifts, were lessons. What did you witness in the day that maybe brought you toward reaction, but you caught yourself and you stopped for a moment and you said, this is a challenging situation. What's the lesson here? I'd love to hear it because this is going to be incredible what people have to say, what people become aware of. Share this on your own page. I challenge you to play this game as well. In fact, I'm going to put some more information below the video about how you can play this game and get other people involved. This is just perfect. This is my mission, to help people flex their mind, get out of their own way. So in my case, often I react. So if I get out of the way of reaction, the path of reaction, and instead look at the path of observation, what am I going to do next? I'm in a better place. I raise my consciousness about what's possible, about what I can do, about how I can respond. And I get to do the same thing for you. Talk about energy, right? So will you join me? It's very simple. Read the information below the video, and then it's a hell yes or a fuck off, not interested. I don't want to learn shit. Say what you want to say, mean what you want to say. But starting this moment, be aware. What's the gift in everything you see?